All right, here we go. Next week. So I am going to work on the daily review sheets, hopefully Thursday or Friday this week. So there should be a link here coming soon. Okay. Monday, practice adding and subtracting mixed numbers. This is 7.11. There are some options here. You could decide to do the solve and share. If you do, the visual is already given in the problem, and you can read this part for my suggestions on that. Me personally, in Ashley's room, I'm going to do this option. I'm just going to get them practicing. And I said, after I've given them some time to practice, then I'm going to come back together and do a hard problem like number 4 on page 307. That's actually not in lesson 7.11. It's in 7.10, I think, where you have a whole number minus a mixed number and figuring out what to do there. If you're unsure what to do there, let me go through one on what Envisions suggests. So you have 5 minus, let's say, I'm just making this up, okay? 3 and a 4th. Okay. So this becomes harder because 5, they're like, wait, that doesn't have a fraction with it. I don't even have any fourths. So there are different options you could go with this. Envisions is going to explain it like this. Okay, well, I need some fourths because right now I'm going to write them in. I don't have any fourths attached to this 5. It's just 5. So that's 0 fourths more. So 0 minus 1 can't do. So now I regroup. This is probably the easiest way to think about it. Well, not easiest, but I'm going to take the 5, take 1 away. I get 4, and I bring 1 over. But the 1, I'm working in fourths. So I'm going to add 4 fourths right here. So now this 0 becomes 4. So now I have 4 and 4 fourths, which we know is actually equivalent to 5, minus 3 and a 4th. And now I can go forth and subtract. Okay? Now, some kids will be able to get this just by thinking in their head, okay, if I'm at 5 and I go back 3 and a 4th. So if I go back 3, I'm at 2. But then I'd have to go back 1/4 more. And yeah, some kids are going to be able to do that because they have some good fraction sense. I'm not going to be at 2 anymore. I'm at the number less than 2, which is 1. But I'm not at 1 because I didn't go back 4 fourths. I only went back a 4th. So that would put me at 3 fourths. Okay, more sophisticated method here. You could show it though. Okay. The lesson. Just get to practicing. I give you some mild ones in my brain of what I thought of and some harder ones. Again, the harder ones are not like number 4. Okay. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, you have the test. I actually didn't change anything on it. Feel like they're all good. The only problem is it's not in Spanish. So let me know if you would like me to work on that, and I can pencil that into my to-do list. Okay? Friday, we have moving onward to topic 8. I gave you 2 days for the topic 7 test instead of just 1 and moving on to topic 8 on Wednesday because we've already been incorporating volume into our daily review. And now Ashley and I haven't done it every day, but we've done it twice a week, or I don't even remember. I feel like it was 2, not 3. And it's been great. So I feel like topic 11 is when we do volume. That's like 7 days, and we've already done a lot of it. And so I feel like we're going to be able to reduce that in half when we get to it. And it'll be perfect because it'll be right before CMAS. Which is why I'm like, let's just take a day right here to gather our thoughts. But then we'll press onward come Friday. Yeah, I know it's after the ski day, but we're just gonna do it. Okay, it's a fun one. I love this one. 8.1 and 8.2 are both multiplying a whole number with a fraction, but being able to think about what it actually means. So you're not giving them just the algorithm. We're gonna get to that visual and really solidify the meaning when we multiply a whole number with a fraction on Friday. And then on Monday, we'll flip it around and you'll have a fraction times a whole number. Okay, but we're thinking about what it actually means. Solve and share. It's a really good one, I thought. So I would just set your kids forth in solving it and share out some strategies of what they did, because you are going to have kids that have some good lead-ins to what the goal actually is for today. So the goal being multiplying a whole number by a fraction. In the solve and share, they're going to end up doing a half plus a half plus a half plus a half plus a half 5 times. So really it leads really well into doing 5 times a half. That's what we just did. So then the lesson, instead of going straight to the visual learning video, I would practice some on mini whiteboards first and give them some visuals. They don't have many visuals in the practice set problems, but if we can give them to them right away, they won't even need them anymore, because they'll figure out that algorithm on their own. So here are what the visuals are. So you start off with this visual, and they would try to write an addition equation for what they see, and then morph that addition equation into a multiplication equation, and then find what is our total amount that is shaded. So if I were to view this slideshow and show you how it works, you give them some time with that problem, then I would reveal it and show them, well, that was a third and a third and a third. That's 3 groups of a third, which equals 3/3, which is the same thing as 1. So I show them if you take those 3/3 and combine them all down here in this visual, it ends up making 1 whole whatever. Okay. They'll really get this total amount, this answer, by looking at their addition equation. But then once they link these two in their mind, they'll get better at it. So the next one, we got 2/3 and 2/3 and 2/3. And then you try to make the multiplication equation. I get, how many thirds is that? How many total thirds is that? That's 6 of the thirds. 6 of the thirds. I'm not going to say you just multiply 3 times 2 and you leave the 3 alone. I'm not going to say that. I'm really solidifying the visual. So I got how many thirds there? 2. I got how many thirds there? 2. I got how many thirds there? 2. How many total thirds is that? Well, 2 is showing up 3 times. So yeah, 2, 4, 6. 3 times 2 is 6. And we were working in thirds. Now, if I have 6/3, that's improper. So I know that I'm going to be able to pull a 1 out of it. But am I able to pull 2? So then I take all my thirds, start combining them, and produce this picture down here and see that it is 2. You could also say that's really 6 divided by 3, which gives us 2. Okay? And then the next visual, did I do the same one? Nope, I got a new one. 3/4 and 3/4. 2 of the 3/4 makes 6/4, and blah, 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 blah. Okay? I want to exit this, go back to the notes. Okay, so then I'd go after that visual practice. Then I would just solidify their learning with the Learning Bridge video. And then practicing. Yep, practice, practice, practice. Then on Monday, we'll get to multiply again with a fraction, but this time seeing it the other way. So awesome! Adios.